You may remember some time ago I bought this Thompson center Encore, and we made a video, it must have been maybe 2 years ago, and the barrel that was on it at that time was a 6.8 SPC, which is just a fantastic cartridge. And then a bunch of other barrels came up for sale, and somebody told me that maybe the barrels would be hard to find in the future. So I picked up this one, which is 460 Smith & Wesson, and a couple of others. And I realized this is pretty short. So depending on what country you're watching this in, you'd have to check with your local laws. I think in some places it's called a short-barreled rifle and you need special permits. In other countries, this is no big deal. And I'm in Canada, so there's no problem with shooting this. And I usually, make a video with something in mind, kind of a meaning in mind. And I have to tell you, this short barrel is no disadvantage at all. Today, I'll be shooting either 45 Colt or 454 Casull. So this is 460 Smith & Wesson. And if you know that round, it's kind of a very long 45 Colt. But unfortunately, I still have not found 460 Smith & Wesson factory ammunition. So I've been shooting 45 Colt and 454 Casull. There are different pronunciations for that. Some people say Casull, some people say Casull, but you know what I mean. Anyhow, this has proven to be just a remarkably fun and accurate little carbine. And it reminds me a bit of my Ruger 44 Magnum semi-auto. I had great hunting success with that little carbine. And if people are wondering, what this is all about, the holes don't line up properly for this barrel with this forend. So I just used the life-saving electrical tape, which doesn't look very professional, but it works. Anyhow, and the scope is a Leopold, and I'm just using some old ratty ammo. My friend gave me this box. It doesn't look very healthy, does it? But I've got good friends, and so I've been shooting this, what is this, 225 grain jacketed soft point. And you all know what a 45 Colt looks like. Very simple round. And we'll take a couple of shots. Oh, I wanted to mention targets just for some of the younger people that write. So I often use pie plates, which again sounds a little bit backward, but they're excellent. They're waterproof, and we're up in the mountains again. And it can snow here or it can rain here. It can all change here in a few minutes. So I put that up. My wife gets sometimes the same pie plates. I think you can buy them at dollar stores, but anyway, or used ones, doesn't matter. And just as an interesting footnote, here we are in the cold, and a few minutes ago there was a bug flying around. So these bugs are tough. Anyway, we'll take a shot at that. I took a few shots before just to make sure that the scope was on, and it seems to be good. There's a slight change in impact with the 454, but I think this one's a 45 Colt. Oh yeah, and take a look here. I put or maybe it was like this when I bought it. The hammer is offset a bit so that you can get at it, because otherwise it's awkward with the scope being here. And this is ideal, Leopold 1-4, and I noticed on the bottom it said shotgun or muzzle loader. So just a perfect little rig. I wouldn't hesitate to go hunting with it. Actually, it's kind of target rifle accurate, at least offhand anyway. So that one's off center. We'll take a couple more shots. That's a little better. It doesn't eject, it just extracts, which is fine. I used to do a lot of reloading, and I always preferred the rifles and shotguns that just extracted. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty sloppy shooting, frankly. But with frozen hands, it's not too bad. And anyway, as they say, it's minute of deer. Yeah, so I mean, we're going to look at this again in the studio. I hope I get that 460 Smith & Wesson ammunition, and then I can compare it to the 454 and 45 Colt. People often ask to see what's what. And the operation of these, I'm sure you're familiar, but you know, all kinds of people watch these videos. So it's a break action, easy to load, and the release, instead of being up here, is here. And they've been around for a while. Some people have a collection of like 10 or 12 or more barrels for these. And some of the barrels are 28 inches long, but I kind of like this configuration, and it's altogether an excellent little rig. And the Leopold has very bold crosshairs. It's a duplex reticle, but it's thicker than normal, which is nice for quick shooting. Definitely an interesting piece if you're allowed to, you know, own them and shoot them. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you find that interesting. So we found a few rounds of 454 Casull, and I mean, it's bigger than the 45 Colt, but it's not that much bigger. Maybe 1/8 of an inch, so it holds more powder. But more importantly, the Casull is loaded to a higher pressure than the 45 Colt. And what is this? 250 grain. I fired a couple of rounds, and I noticed that the point of impact is different. We're still hitting, you know, minute of pie plate and so on. But one would have to adjust the scope, but I think I'll leave it adjusted to the 45 Colt, because I'll probably be shooting that more often, just availability of ammo. But I'm definitely interested in getting that 460 Smith & Wesson. That must be something. Anyway, we'll shoot that steel gong which we set up, and hopefully I can hit that. That would be sad if I can't. So you can tell a lot by the behavior of that steel. And definitely this Casull is a saucy round. I think everything will fall down within its range, of course. Yeah, there's substantial power there. Anyhow, there's a little introduction to a very cool and very practical little 460 Smith & Wesson. And hopefully we'll get that ammo soon. All right, thanks for watching.